it's Bill Mosley, and you're watching Descent into Horror Hell.
Watch it. You dog dicks.
You dog dicks. You dog dicks.
So there again is the print.
That's gonna be killer.
Alright. With that being said, I am your man, Ghoul.
And I'm Skip Gore. We'll see you guys next time when the time is right on Descent into Horror.
Cheers,
Love.
motherfuckers.
Wait. 5 months ago? What the hell? Where are these fuckers? Oh no. A tragedy? Oh god!
My elbow!
To the disciples of Descent into Horror Hell, we regret to inform you that Skid Gore and Ghoul passed on to that great big horror show in the sky. If you care to pay your respects to our beloved hosts, you will find them resting at Evergreen Cemetery in Fitchburg, Maryland. We are deeply pained by this loss, and we're sure you are as well. Skid Gore and Ghoul were the best horror hosts that YouTube had ever seen. Descent into Horror Hell will forever be celebrated and remembered. Please help us continue their legacy by liking their page on Facebook and subscribing on YouTube. Long live Skid Gore and Ghoul. Maryland? That's right by me! Oh, I have something here. I can bring that back. Ah. This will bring them back. No, it will. Okay. Evergreen Cemetery. Okay. That's where I'm going. Stone and clay, heed this call, rise up and obey. Trek on through the mortal door, assemble flesh and walk once more.
What the hell is up, God damn it! We are pretty ripe, aren't we? We died. We were in the ground for a while.
We were.
Literally.
And we had to shake the cobwebs off and
Literally shake the cobwebs up.
man, it was
What's
rough.
going on, guys? We're Descent Over Hill. I'm Skid Goer,
I'm Ghoul.
the one, the only, and we are back. I don't even know what fucking episode this is, but we are back. We are resurrected.
We were gone for so long, we don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
been
best
a long
part.
time, and we're glad to be back, and hopefully have a good show for you. So
Of
stick
course.
around,
Totally
as
always.
always.
Totally always.
We're gonna make a mighty cheers here. Cheers, Drew. Cheers,
Appreciate it.
everybody. Stick
Cheers.
around.
Ooh, this is full.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6, 6.
Hey, what's going on, boils and ghouls? I am Ghoul. Like we said, we are on episode 40 some odd.
Some shit.
like we even
score?
remember 46.
Who's
High
keeping
five.
score, dude? I don't give a shit.
Somebody in YouTube world, I think it's 46. But you'll let us know. We don't even know our own.
Watch and enjoy the show.
Yeah, really, at this point, what does it matter?
What you got, dude?
So we're going to do recent watches. This episode is going to be kind of, I guess it's kind of easing in, just kind of getting back to things. We know it's been 5 months since we did our last show, and we apologize for that. I know.
We've been on the ground for a while. We've been in the underground, so
Yeah.
we gotta come back.
So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about some films that, are watches that me and Skid Goer can just put on and just kind of mind-numbingly watch them. Like, you watch them so many times, you know what's going on. You don't have to read subtitles, and if you do, you know the movie. But right now, let's get into recent watches.
Oh,
As
yeah.
we always do our favorites.
And we watched these before we were put in the ground, so there you go.
Yeah, so this has been a while. So if there's a couple, hitches in this, well, all right. But,
What you got?
all right. My film is Animalistic from 2015 or 16, depending on the release, because this is a...
Is it Wild Eye?
Uh,
I believe so.
no.
I think it's
Yes,
Wild
it
Eye.
is. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Wild Eye releasing. Of course, we've always talked about Wild Eye as being kind of a hit or miss. This is a hit. This film is kind of... It's by the same directors who did the film Wither and...
Good film.
Was that Blood Runs Cold?
Good film. Great films.
And Sonny Laguna and Tommy, God damn it, Wicklund, I guess is the way to put that. They co-directed this. Like I said, they did Wither from 2014, and they also did Blood Runs Cold from 2011.
Both great films.
Oh, and the thing about this, when you get into this movie, it's a revenge film. But really think about I Spit on Your Grave. This is kind of that realm, how brutal this movie is. Emma, who is a reporter who's going to go to America. She's from Australia, and she signs this contract for this big oil rig. And there's a lot of people who don't really care for this. So there's a lot of controversy in this. And Emma is played by Hannah Oldenberry. She's a Swedish actress, did a lot of things over in Sweden. She was in Wither as well. Or no, she was in Blood Runs Cold. Sorry, wrong movie. And so she gets a cab ride as she gets done with this meeting to sign this paperwork. The cab driver basically kind of assaults her and drugs her. She wakes up in this house with this guy named Jim, who's played by Rolf Beck. And it kind of turns into this, again, him and his buddy, Pete, who's kind of his retard brother, I guess. And I don't mean to use that word like that.
Yeah.
Special needs, sorry. No, we're not YouTube certified, but whatever. His special needs friend or brother, I don't remember the relationship they have, but he kind of it's like his henchman, more or less. And Jim wants to build this relationship. This is something they do all to, as a group, psychopaths.
Right.
Because this film is also known as We Are Monsters, and I don't know if that was a Swedish thing, because it's a Swedish. It's filmed in Sweden.
That's the
It's filmed in
alternate
the
title?
U.S. Yeah, We Are Monsters. So, Jim's kind of trying to build this relationship with her, and he ends up kind of getting pissed because she's kind of this strong woman that doesn't take shit from anybody. And there's some things that transpire, and obviously, if you know of any of these revenge films,
Oh yeah.
there's always a scene, a rape scene, which, you know, we don't ever sugarcoat, you know, can't polish a turd. It's what it is. And there's this scene with Pete and Jim that take advantage of Emma. Well, she gets out, and, you know, like I said, it's a stereotypical revenge film. But there's some really well-maintained...
She gets her revenge though.
Yes, but there's some well-maintained characterization in this, and that's what's great, because the relationships that you get, I think, are different than just cut and dry, this is what it is. There's
Right.
actual relationships that are built. Like, Jim really kind of falls for Emma. And then Emma ends up kind of breaking loose a couple times.
So he's
Pete's
trying to be
there.
nice to her.
Yeah, he actually kind of likes her.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's all of a sudden, you know, I gotta tell you, the wood chipper scene with Pete. Oh man,
Sounds gruesome.
it's kind of you feel bad for Pete because Pete's kind of the, you know, he's a little slower, but he knows what's going on. He knows what he has to do.
Yeah.
And the wood chipper scene, and she even feels bad because she's not used to killing anybody or doing this stuff. But there's a lot of kind of twists and turns that happen with Emma and Jim, and yeah, it really is a good movie, I think, to check out. We know if you don't own it, you're gonna apparently you're gonna fork out a small penny. I
Yeah,
did not
let me
know
take
this.
that away, because like when we were talking about getting the show together again, and we're talking about recent watches. He said animalistic. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And he sent me the trailer, so I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. You know, I was looking at the trailer, like, you know, I kind of want to own this movie so I can watch it before the show, so I can get my 2 cents in. You know. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because I went on Amazon. I never search anywhere but Amazon, so I don't know if it's cheaper anywhere else. But on Amazon, apparently for $175 to $180, you can get it used.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that shit? Used? I'm sorry.
I'll sell it to you right now, 150.
And he got that for like, what, $5 at Family Video?
Yeah.
Remember Family Video,
Back in
guys?
2016, I bought this movie.
Yeah, so
But Animalistic, if you
crazy.
can find it, it really is a good revenge film. I know. Don't listen to IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes because they shit on everything and critics
Shit.
suck.
Fuck them.
But this, you know, yes, is it a stereotypical revenge film? Yes. But there are twists and turns, I think, that do make it kind of fun. And it makes it a little bit different than the others. But definitely check out Animalistic from 2015, 2016. Good Swedish-American horror film.
Mortgage your
Like last house on the left, I know is also mentioned as kind of being
Oh, yeah.
a catalyst for this film. So
Absolutely.
definitely check it out. Also check out Wither and Blood Runs Cold. Those are also really great movies
Those two are
by the
great.
same directors. And actually, I know, what is it? Ralph Beck is also in Wither. So I think that it's kind of like
I was a
deals with the same
huge
actors.
fan of Wither and Blood Runs Cold, so I really do want to see that movie, but I'm not going to fork out $175
No, I'll let you
for
borrow
a used
it.
copy.
So definitely check out Animalistic. All right, Skid Girl, what do you got?
I've got a film from Unearthed Films called Brutal.
And it is brutal.
Literally, is a brutal film. This is from Japan, I believe.
Yep.
Directed by, let's see if I don't butcher this, Takashi Heroes. I believe I said that right. If not, I'm
Probably
sorry.
not.
Japanese pretty bad. But Brutal is an amazing film. Like I said, from Unearthed Films, released from Unearthed Films by the mighty Stephen Byro, who we love here on the Sentinel Hill. Don't we go?
Of course.
Absolutely.
I think the feeling's mutual, Steven.
Absolutely. We love you, brother. Keep putting them out. We'll fucking keep buying them and keep reviewing them.
Oh yeah.
But Brutal, Jesus H. Christ. Where do I even begin? Like, this movie's very aptly named Brutal. Like, the first scene is just like him. I forget the main character's name, but he's obviously he has problems, right? Serious,
he has a major
serious
problem.
fucking anger issues too. But
For a reason.
among other problems, which we're not going to say because I don't want to give away the ending, because it would be so easy to explain this movie in just one sentence of why this guy is doing this.
Yep.
Obviously, he's a loner, as most serial killers are, and he's trying to find some kind of affection, some kind of companionship. And where are you going to find a companionship other than another serial killer? You know, a woman. She's doing her duties and cleaning the streets of the shitty men in Japan, basically. You know, just like he thinks he's on a mission, she thinks she's on a mission, and basically, one way or another, they meet up, and it's almost like a competition between the both of them to see who's like more sadistic than the others. Kind of like in a weird way, a little bit like Cycles in Love.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's like a twisted love story.
They all kind of find each other in some
Yeah.
weird way.
Yeah, it's kind of like a twisted love story in a way.
Yeah.
And my God, man, like I said, these kills and this torture.
It's brutal.
I hate to say torture,
Literally.
because I hate that fucking label myself, but really, like, it's brutal. That's what it is, man. Like, you couldn't really name this movie any other thing but brutal, and it really delivers on all cylinders, like, with the gore. The acting is somewhat alright. I mean,
It's not paper.
you
bag
obviously
acting.
got to watch it with subtitles, because we don't
Yep.
read Jap, but it was really good for what it was, and I'm amazed that more people of extreme cinema, not just horror fans, but extreme horror fans, extreme cinema fans, that are into, like, you know, the Toteg Pictures
Lucifer
movies.
Valentine films.
Yeah,
stuff
like really
that,
brutal
yeah.
movies. Even like, you know, I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left, blah, 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 whatever.
Back then, yeah.
Like, this movie is really up there with them on that same caliber, I think, because
Yeah.
the way it was shot too, I want to say, is really cool, because like you remember the camera, the shooting style was really 70s, like Grindhouse style.
It's very in your face.
Yeah, it was
they had
very
the
Grindhouse because it had the
up-close,
grainy, like Manson Family, Deadbeat
Yeah.
at Dawn type.
Yeah, from what I
graininess to
remember,
it.
like, it was just, it got the up-close shots of the face,
Yeah,
and you see the pain and agony, and you really feel it. I mean,
Yeah.
it-
and of course we got to talk about the rapper that like tries to get in the taking his pants.
the Asian rapper.
The
yeah.
Asian rapper, yeah, that
That's
part's
good.
funny.
That's good.
He sits on this bench and starts rapping, trying to be all lovey-dovey and shit, and trying to get in her pants. And of course, she's a serial killer, so like he doesn't know this. He thinks he's gonna get lucky, but he just loses lucky in the end, you know. But like I said, you know, they both meet, and they're both they both have very physical problems. And I'm not going to give it away because that would be giving the whole enchilada away, but you got to experience Brutal. If you're a fan of extreme cinema, I definitely highly recommend Brutal from Unearthed Films. Anything from Unearthed Films, basically, is a first-round knockout.
And Animalistic from Wild Eye, definitely check this one out as well.
If you can find it and you want to mortgage your house, check out Animalistic.
Alright, guys.
We shall return.
We're going to come back with our countdown. Don't go away.
Fun shall begin. Check it out.
Let's go kill some shit.
Let's go kill shit. What's going on? We are Descent into Lower Hell. We are back with another full-flung episode, and we are happy to be here out of that damn grave. You can only take so much of that.
It stinks in there, man.
Yeah, it does. I met some old friends though, so it was cool.
Yeah. I farted once. Too bad.
I farted.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were about to do our countdown here. As Ghoul said before, these are not the best horror movies ever made. These are just movies that you can just put on any time of day or night and just get some kind of enjoyment out of them. You know, in some cases, these are some of our favorites, okay? Well, let's not beat around the bush, but
Yeah,
a lot of them...
very true. That's why we watch them a lot.
Absolutely. So these are movies that we can just watch anytime, and if we want to show somebody who's not regularly a horror fan, or you want to show your mother or whatever, you know, like
Have an Easter dinner?
yeah,
Have some
these are the movies that we would choose. So these are our top 25, and we're gonna start this shit off.
And
right
we obviously, sorry to interrupt you, but we're obviously not going to get into these certain films all that much because we talked
now. Oh
about
god, they'll be here forever, man.
some of these films before.
We assume that you know most of these movies, and we've talked about some of these movies on past shows. If you're a fan
But if
of
we
us.
know that for sure we didn't really talk about them, we'll bring them up again and kind of refresh your memory. But just keep it as a, I don't know, a refresher.
And as always, Ghoul, we don't know each other's picks, so this should be fun. So let's just wing this shit. I shall go first. Oh, what
Yeah.
a way. 1982, The Evil Dead. Oh, who would have
course.
known, right? Which is also like one of my favorite movies anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm just eating my words right here.
That's a good release of that. Too.
This is a great midnight watch. Anytime, like you can just put this on and just relish in the gore and the entertainment value and just
Tree Rape.
tree rape. We were talking about that earlier. Tree rape and just even like the stop motion animation at the end, like the Ray Harryhausen stuff, where the skulls turn into like what is like old oatmeal or
Yeah.
whatever it is. It's like weird shit. Like this is just a movie that unbelievable classic in any sense of the word. It's just so much fun to watch. I remember the first time I saw Evil Dead, it was kind of on a fluke because I saw Army of Darkness first. And then I saw Evil Dead 2 first. Two after that. So Evil Dead was like the last one I saw. And it just blew my mind, man. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time as well. But definitely a movie I can watch anytime, anywhere, any place. Evil Dead. Great party movie.
That's your camping movie.
It is absolutely.
Take that up,
yeah,
camping.
because I have a
Yeah.
I have a cabin up north, and the cabin looks just like the cabin in Evil Dead. So yeah, I definitely watch this along with Friday the 13th movies when I'm up there. Great film. Evil Dead. Cool. What you got?
One movie I really, really dig. We Are Still Here. Talked about this one
Oh
before.
yeah, it's a good one.
2015. This movie we talked about, obviously, that kind of paranormal, but there's kind of monsters. Like the ghosts actually are just creepy, like they're burn victims. We talked about this one before, but this is actually one that I just really enjoy because I do kind of like those really well done paranormal movies.
When they're well done.
Yeah. And you get this real creep factor in this movie because of the fact that, like, when they go in the basement,
Oh,
and it's just all the stuff that goes on, and it's kind of a happy ending because the people that are dead in the house lost the son, and the people that moved in lost the son. So you kind of
they're just
build that up,
victims,
but oh no, this is definitely, I think, one of the fun films I like to watch as a paranormal movie. When somebody asks, like, let's watch a paranormal movie, this is one of them. Because you do got the creatures and stuff, and that's what I love. It kind of blends both. We Are Still Here from 2015.
It's also a really good movie to watch during winter time with the winter setting, winter atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right up there with like The Shining, and also I want to say the director of that film also did another movie I really like, both myself and Gou like, called Almost Human, which was really good. And he's really influenced by like filmmakers like Lucio Fulci, and you can totally tell.
The lighting, you got the Dario Argento, Mark
Yeah,
Bava stuff.
yeah.
Very heavy colors. This one, not so much. This is pretty tame. But that seance scene when they're
The
sitting in
ghosts look
living room-
badass though, with like all their
Yeah.
charred fucking
Yeah.
faces and shit.
But that seance scene when they're sitting with their neighbors or whatever, their friends.
Yeah.
And just the stuff that goes on, like he goes
Yeah.
into this trance. It's creepy. It really is.
Yeah, We Are Still Here is a great film. Alright, from 1988, I have Jim Van Bever in Dead Beat at Dawn. Not strictly a horror movie, but goddamn, there's some horrific elements within it.
Real life horror stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Definitely, this guy's down on his luck, Jim Van Bever plays a guy named Goose, and he's a leader of this gang. Very big notoriety type gang, like they get what they want, do like robberies and sting operations, shit like that. And make a pretty hefty, not only cut of the money, in some of these crimes. Most of these movies are about making the dough, doing the crime, shit like that. And you mix the martial arts of Jim Van Bever with it, and this is his first official film. Like he did a lot of shorts in his teens, and even before that. It's amazing how much this guy has done throughout his life. But Dead Beat at Dawn is a whole unbelievable new animal. It showcases his filmmaking talents. It showcases his martial arts. Unbelievable. The characterization is amazing. Basically, this guy's girlfriend wants him to quit this gang to be more with her and the life that they want to start together. But this rival gang definitely goes out and tries they want to fuck with Goose. So basically, they want to go after Goose, but the gang kills his girlfriend, and it's a very horrific scene. They just bash her into oblivion, smash her skull in like she's barely unrecognizable. And Goose comes home to this, and he's trying to be on the straight and narrow. He's trying to even out his life, get away from the crime life, and try to zero in on a nice life with his girlfriend, a productive life. You know, he wants to be a citizen, and this happens. So basically, what does he do? He has to turn back into a life of crime and be a criminal again, and he has to team up with the rival gang that killed his fucking girlfriend. Can you imagine that shit? So obviously, there's some tension there. They want to pull up a sting operation on a fucking bank and get all this money, and Goose is supposed to be part of this, which he does, but. There's definitely a twist, and I won't say it. You just kind of got to see Dead Beat At Dawn. It's a great film, amazing film, definitely a film I can watch anytime. I love Dead Beat At Dawn. Check it out.
Yeah. Also known for the Manson family, if you don't know.
Absolutely, and
we talked about that
Roadkill,
before.
The Last Days of John Martin, Necrophagia videos.
We've talked about this stuff, so absolutely.
Fuck yeah, Jim Van Bever's a man.
1978, Dawn of the Dead. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite out of the trilogy. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead.
That's an old version, oh shit.
Yeah, this is the old.
Anchor Bay?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is Dawn of the Dead for me is like the one that I first saw when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's just like it always reminded me like how cool it would be because like as a kid it's like you dream of winning the lottery. You dream of, all the things you dream of. This for me was like
Malls.
yeah, what would happen if you got locked in a mall where you had kind of all the freedom,
Freedom!
but yet they have the other side of, the dead.
Yeah.
But this one scared me, but it intrigued me. I remember seeing the biker scene at the end when the guy gets knocked off, or he gets shot,
Yeah.
and he falls off the thing, and the zombies just go for his guts. Like, I rented this from the library and saw that, and I thought that image stuck to my head.
Oh, yeah.
But Dawn of the Dead for me in 1978 is just not the re-release. The 2004 release is okay, but it doesn't hold up to this. It's so good.
Originals where it's at.
So for me, you guys know this movie, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But
Yeah, we could talk about Dawn of the
but
Dead
Dawn of the
forever.
Dead for me in '78 is a movie I could watch all the time.
Ken Foree.
So, Flyboy.
Flyboy, can't forget Flyboy.
It's one of my
Who's
favorite
Fly
movies.
Girl? I forget who played her, but she's cool too.
Yeah. His
Just
wife-
an
his
amazing
pregnant
set of
wife,
characters in that film. George Romero definitely wanted to make a statement on the consumerism,
Yep.
what was going on at that time, and
That's
malls, and the fact that it was like one of the only horror films
Monroeville.
that took place in a mall.
Yeah, Monroeville Mall.
Was just perfect, and he found it on a fluke. He's like, I think he had like a buddy who owned the mall or something, or knew somebody.
Yeah.
He's like, can we shoot a movie here? Yeah. Just after hours, make sure everything's in check the next day when we open up, which never was, There was like blood everywhere and shit.
Yeah. But
Great
it's definitely
film.
one of those movies, man.
Great film.
So a lot of these movies are going to be pretty short and sweet because we've seen-
Bastard! Bastard!
I'm going to call you a bastard. Bastard.
I had to, man. I know this is Google's favorite movie for old time's sake.
You know you're going to see
I
it
know
again,
this is
I'll
Google's
tell you
favorite.
that.
I know you're going to see this movie again, so I'm just going to shut up. But I will say,
That's
I
so
love
fun.
Pieces, man.
So much fun.
You could put this movie on any goddamn time.
Yeah.
Leap year, I don't give a fuck. You put this I'd watch this on Christmas, man. I don't care. Pieces is just amazing, and I know you're gonna hear more about it, so I'm just gonna put it down right now.
Well, I won't talk too much about it because I think people know, but...
Paul Smith. Paul Smith.
All right, 1944. We're going to go back a little bit. The Uninvited.
Oh wow.
We did talk about this one in our Ghost show,
Yep. Haunted House.
but The Uninvited is such a creepy ass movie.
It really is.
And it's so fun to watch. And I like to watch this movie when it's like fall time.
Oh,
And it's just either that or like when you know there's a thunderstorm coming in, you want to watch
perfect
it.
atmosphere for a thunderstorm.
But this movie in 44 is probably one of the best ghost films you could have came out with. Because this is
One of the first two.
Yeah. Yeah, there really wasn't much. I mean, they did a lot of the...
They did like Or Dark House type parody stuff,
Right.
but this is actually one of the first real ghosts.
Just when you hear she's standing in that balcony, you hear that...
Yeah.
Like, that's so...
And the apparition.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
in the
hallway.
mirror?
In the
Well, you got the one where the mother or the grandmother's
Yeah.
like up in the attic, you see her in the mirror. Like, the stuff that goes on in this movie is just creepy, and I love it. So The Uninvited is one of those that I could just sit back. If I want to be creeped out genuinely,
Yeah.
that's the way to go. 1944.
You can't talk more
Oh.
than about Ray Milland's acting.
Oh.
I know he was like a pianist at the time.
Yep, he was a musician, and
Yeah.
he had that piano up in the.
The piano starts playing itself, and,
God, you
and
just
all
see
the
the-
groans at night and shit, and then
It's
you
just
find out what really happened in the house.
Yeah, it's everything about it that just builds up because
Yeah.
it's such a beautiful house.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just start seeing all this like creepy stuff that's going on, and
Unbelievable film. I
Yeah.
love The Uninvited.
that's a good one.
Oh boy. Oh man. Return of the Living Dead. Oh man, you want to talk about replay value. I think this would be on just about anybody's list of a movie that you can just throw on and have fun, make some popcorn, drink some tequila, whatever the fuck your preference is.
Tequila, you say?
Tequila, okay.
We have tequila.
Maybe to be continued. Maybe there'll be an outtake.
Yeah.
Skid Gore and tequila, yeah. We'll see. Return of the Living Dead is amazing. Tarman, God, man, I just love this movie. Lena Quigley, obviously one of my first pair of tits I ever saw as a kid. Thank you very much. Definitely can't mention James Cameron, rest in peace. God, he was so amazing. Him and Tom Matthews, the chemistry they had together in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And you shouldn't laugh at the end, but you kind of do. It's because all the work they went through, and then all of a sudden they just get nuked out of nowhere.
That was it.
That's it. No, the end of the movie.
Yep.
That's it. Nothing to see here. But yeah, Return of the Living Dead.
That's a good one.
Tarman, can't forget Tarman.
Class. When he's coming up the stairs or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just,
Bro,
brains.
Amazing. I love
So
this
good.
movie. Watch it anytime. Return of the Living Dead.
All right. Well, since you had.
Oh no! Son of a bitch!
Jaws. You want to talk about
One case of apricot brandy.
for 3 hours? You could watch this movie and never get sick and tired of it. And we know this countdown is not about.
Stop playing with yourself, Hoopa.
I actually did get to say that for Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes, you did. And I almost knocked him down.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was going
Coming down the
Q&A.
stairs.
He was
Yeah.
going to the Q&A. So I got to meet Richard Dreyfuss, or we did.
Yep.
And such a cool guy. But Jaws, I think you and me both probably put this movie on. We put this movie on. We watched 2 movies that night. At like 2 in the morning, we put this on, and we watched this for another 3 hours because we're like, why not? Jaws is just
So much replay value.
you can't.
I can quote the whole movie.
Yeah.
I've done it. You almost got in an accident a couple times. You had to pull over.
Yep.
Because you were laughing so hard.
Yep.
I even did the Chrissy Watkins death. Yeah.
So
We love Jaws.
Jaws.
We did a whole fucking episode about Jaws and shark
we have an
movies.
intro. If you haven't seen it, go look back.
Check that out.
But definitely Jaws, 1975.
Happy Shark Week as well.
Yes. Hey, it's perfect. There you go.
Yeah, I gotta figure it. Okay, 1987. Monster Squad. Oh man. Now
Wolfman's
I'm-
got nards.
Yep. Now, when I was just a little grasshopper, rated R movies were a no-no. So basically, it was Godzilla 1985 and Monster Squad, which was
PG or PG-13? I think it was
PG-13. PG-13.
Was it 13?
Was it?
I thought it was PG.
PG-13.
Okay.
So those were the ones.
And Jaws
that
was
I
only
could rent.
PG?
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Alex Kintner turns to the mincemeat. And
that's
you're
all-
telling me,
you get a guy
guys,
who loses
okay
it.
over there?
He
And
loses
fucking
his
loses
leg?
his leg.
That's
and you
PG?
see the leg bounce off the fucking ocean floor.
My god. That makes no sense,
We
right?
gotta stop. Cannot talk about Jaws. Okay.
We're done.
So Monster Squad, on the other hand, yeah, that was definitely one of the ones I could rent when I was a kid. And just, God, what can you not say? I mean, I have the original one sheet. I mean, if Andy from Time Warp Collectibles is watching this, thank you very much for that poster, brother. I really cherish it. This movie is amazing. If you're a fan, me and Goo grew up with the Universal Monsters, so this movie is just a marriage in hell, you know, just
Yep.
horror hell. It's just amazing. Tom Noonan is the Frankenstein monster, who is very sympathetic, and you actually feel, yeah,
He's so sad.
focus.
He's so
Bogus.
He's so sad.
Yeah,
I like the
it's
creature.
like-
The creature was cool.
Oh, dude, yeah, the creature. The only thing missing from this movie was
What?
The Invisible Man. Yeah,
The
I didn't see him
Invisible
either.
Man?
I didn't see him either.
Rest my case.
Yep.
Monster Squad. If you've never seen it, check it out. Awesome. I don't want to say kids movie, but I mean, you know, I watched it when I was a kid, and
It is.
I'll
but
show
it's
my
not.
niece this eventually. You know, she's already into Scooby Doo and Goosebumps, so we're
It's a
gonna
start.
move up to Monster Squad
It's a
eventually.
start.
Great film.
2015. Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh.
We talked about this before. Rutger Hauer, rest in peace. Plays a vigilante, more or less, a Canadian horror film. He plays a vigilante. He wants to rid his community. He's a homeless guy. He wants to rid the community of a family that is basically running it.
Very corrupt.
And it's one of those films that, like, it's got some heart to it, because all he wanted was a lawnmower. We talked about that before. All he wanted was a frickin' lawnmower to have his own business.
Don't we all want a lawnmower?
And he basically just gets pissed off to the point he says, you know what, I'm done.
I'm
And
cleaning it up. Cleaning the streets up.
cleaning the streets up. So Hobo with a Shotgun, I'm sure most of you have probably heard of this. Can't go wrong. It's a good film to kind of throw on. Get some action, but some kind of gore to it.
Oh,
And
Ricky.
Ricky from Trailer Park Boys, yeah.
Jesus, perfect, Ricky.
He gets beheaded in the opening scene.
I told the story before, but you know, like me and Ghoul will be hanging out and be like, dude, we don't watch. I don't fucking know, dude. Put Hobo with a Shotgun on. All right, yeah, you know, it's just one of those movies.
We end up picking a movie that's it's entertaining. You could watch it. You could be drinking all day. You could do whatever.
That's what this list is about, man.
But you could just sit there and just like, I'm gonna put it on. I'm good with it. I could watch it and enjoy
It's
it.
hard to keep it off my list, that's for sure. 1980, City of Living Dead,
It's
aka
another
Gates
good
of
one.
Hell.
Oh, it's a good one.
You want to talk about atmosphere, Jack? This one fucking has it. Definitely Dunwich horror, H.P. Lovecraft type atmosphere, you know. Oh God, this movie just, you know, when she's puking out her intestines and her whole entire,
That music,
Stomach
with that
tract or whatever. yeah,
It's the music, but then
the-
the priest is just hanging from the tree, staring at her.
Yeah.
And it's those back and forth shots that just.
Oh, yeah,
And they
yeah.
get closer, and you see. It's so good.
yeah, and then the drill going in John Morgan's head, and just there's just so many great scenes in this movie. I don't quite understand the blow up doll though. That part I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, but whatever.
It's Fulci.
Yeah. And the ending makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Nope.
Why did the screen break, by the way? I don't know. But this movie is great. Definitely has great replay value. This really has a lot of scary ass atmosphere too. Like you put this movie on late at night, you'll definitely put some color in your shorts for sure.
But it's the music that does it too, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
From 1976, To the Devil a Daughter.
Oh,
Christopher Lee
yes.
basically plays Satan, and
Superstition, fear, jealousy.
so this teenage nun, basically his daughter.
Played by Claudius Kinski's daughter, by the way.
Yep. Natasha Shah. or
Natasha.
whatever the fuck her name is.
Kinski.
Um,
I think she was underage at the time too.
yes.
Was she?
Yep. But that's why this movie was so expensive for a long time, because you got that controversy.
Infamous.
that-
Yeah. Infamous.
Now, yeah, he basically wants to. She comes off the streets and lives with her uncle or some shit like that, and all this kind of weird shit's going on because Christopher Lee can kind of possess things and control things through, through. But what's that? I was gonna say Martin Brody, but that's from
A little different goal.
yeah. No, it's the guy though. I can't think of his name.
Oh, I don't know. It's been so long since I seen it.
Denholm Elliott. He played in the Raiders of the Lost Ark as Brody,
Okay.
and
Wow.
I think it was Brody.
Damn.
Yeah, but he played her uncle, and he's kind of like he figures this out, trying to figure out what's going on. Now, we all talked about this. The ending is the worst damn thing you've ever seen because it's a big build-up. He gets hit by a rock.
Got hit
by a rock.
rock.
It is the dumbest.
Did you ever
thing,
watch
like-
the behind the making of it?
Yeah, you
She's
showed
like,
me that.
Indy's a great movie, but I got hit with a bloody rock. Richard Widmark hit me with a bloody rock.
It is the dumbest ending because
And how is there so much blood to make that whole circle? Because there's
it's a little
like
chalice about this big.
yeah,
and
it makes like this whole big
yeah.
fucking circle to keep out the evils.
It is cool.
It's
I
a great
give it
film.
that.
It's a great film.
But the ending kills you. But To Devil a Daughter, pretty. It's kind of an uncomfortable film if you really like when you watch it. and You understand the characterization,
Yeah.
but it's definitely it's a great movie to watch. But the ending, you'll laugh.
And it came up with that whole like satanic panic 70s
Yep.
style
It
movies.
was late '70s, but yeah.
And also, it was one of Hammer's last, if not last, films, like their last
Yep.
attempts, because they pretty much went bankrupt after that film.
Probably why The Rock came in. They ran out of money.
I don't know. I love The Devil Daughter. Oh god, I love this movie. Burial Ground.
Yes.
Oh god.
That's a good
Peter
one.
Burke biting off his mother's tit. What more would you want to watch late night? You know. I love this movie because of the zombies. This movie is not for the acting, even though it's hilarious. Oh my god, it's like you would piss yourself when you watch this movie.
That's good.
It's so funny. But the zombies, the way they're all rotted and just decayed,
It looks.
they got
legit.
maggots and worms crawling out of their eyes, kind of like Fulci
Yep.
Zombie.
Yep.
Like I always said, outside of Fulci Zombie, like the Conquistador Zombie and Zombie, these zombies in Burial Ground or Nights of Terror, whatever you know this movie is, are some of the best looking zombies on film, I think. Right up until like maybe Bone Sickness, Brian Paulin's Bone Sickness. Have you ever seen like zombies that like truly look like they were in the ground, kind of like us, you know?
We shook that off though.
Yeah, we shook it off. But yeah, man, Burial Ground, definitely a movie I can watch anytime, any place.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Peter Burke.
From 2018, What Keeps You Alive. Now this is a movie I actually watched fairly recently,
I don't think I've ever seen that.
and this movie is so much. It's action packed. It's so good. Basically, this married couple, they think of their names, Jules and Jackie, are a married lesbian couple that go up to Jackie's family's cabin, and things kind of start to go really weird. Like there's this love relationship, and then things start to get really dark, and there's so many kind of twists and turns. Like basically, Jules starts to get attacked by Jackie, and she has to kind of find her way through how to survive, because basically she gets hunted down by somebody who knows the land. But there's a lot of twists in this movie that like you don't expect. And it really is a good movie. And I know Horrors Ball talked about this movie in 2018 on his award show.
Cheers, Tom. I doubt you're watching.
And but this movie is kind of where I heard it. Where I heard this was Horrors Ball saying this. But this movie really does live up to it. It's a lot of great atmosphere, really great location. Kind of up in the mountain woods area.
I've never seen it.
It really is worth a watch. IFC Midnight, as we know, is really good.
Oh man, yeah. That was good shit.
But this definitely takes a lot of turns that I
What's it
think
called again?
What Keeps You Alive.
Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing him talk about that.
Yep.
I'll have to
Really,
check it
really
out.
good movie.
I'll definitely check
And
it
it has got a lot of rewatchability, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on, small stuff that you forget about, and you watch it and
Yeah.
you go, oh shit, that's right.
out.
That's what makes, I think, a good film rewatchable.
Mommy! Mom!
Bob! Damn it!
Lost by the Cemetery. Oh man, 1981. Another Lucio Fulci classic. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Are you?
Definitely a movie I can watch anytime, and also a pretty freaky movie too. Like the atmosphere with the house, with the Fordstein and the graveyard. It just, you can totally tell why Mortician chose this as their album title for their album. You know, this movie just delivers. I don't know, Gorelord used it as well.
I think Necrophagia.
Necrophagia might have, yeah. Like, this movie just definitely screams gorific atmosphere, and Fulci was just a master of that in the 80s.
Yeah.
But definitely a movie I can throw on. Just that scene in the beginning where the chick gets the knife through the fucking head out the mouth. Oh god.
It was, yeah. That
Yeah.
was so good.
Never, you
Yeah.
can never get, that never gets old.
Hell no.
And of course Freudstein at the end when he's really revealed.
Mm.
If anyone's ever seen a Cannibal Corpse Vile album, the cover,
Mhm.
I always kind of thought Freudstein kind of resembled that
Yeah.
cover when I saw
Yeah.
it. Definitely. Lost by Cemetery.
Alright. My next one, it's a horror comedy. Nothing But Trouble. This movie is so much fun.
We were just talking about it.
And then people ask like, okay, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, What the hell is her name?
John Candy?
John Candy, Demi Moore. Like, okay, it's an all-star cast, and it's a dark horror comedy. Yes, it is a lot of fun, but it's got some really kind of unsettling moments in this movie. This is from 88? 91? No, when the hell is this from? 91. Basically, Chevy Chase or Demi Moore and Chevy Chase kind of end up in this kind of friendship where he's going to drive her to Atlantic City? I don't know, somewhere on the East Coast.
Little Miles Association.
And
I'm more of a Burbs
they end up
fan.
getting pulled over for speeding, and John Candy plays the police officer, and he arrests him. He takes him to this house, which is old. It's kind of like a landfill. It used to be a mine, there used to be a lot of coal mining and stuff. So there were all these it was like this junkyard / thing, and there was a judge played by Dan Aykroyd who basically has this really quirky way of doing things. Like I said, there's this comedy aspect, but there's a lot of really kind of creepy things going on.
His makeup is one of them.
Oh man.
And the makeup.
And there's just a whole bunch of weird things that go on, and then things kind of break out, and then they had what's his name? The Humpty Dance. I can't think of his name.
I'm more of a Burbs fan, bro.
But the guy who did the Humpty Dance, forgive me for forgetting that, but he gets pulled over. They show up and they also sing a song for him. It's a whole thing. Like there really is an all-star cast in this movie.
I gotta really rewatch that.
It's
been a
so
long
much
time.
fun. It's
like I said, I'm more of a Burbs fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Burbs is good.
Yeah.
But this is one of those I think that doesn't get talked about enough. Nothing but trouble. Definitely watch it.
Yes.
If you want to have some fun while kind of being scared and grossed out in a little way, it's a way to go. What you got?
I think this is 2002. I don't know. I might be wrong in it.
Okay.
Dear God, no. No. Do you ever see this movie? We watched this one time. This is the one with the Bigfoot and the bikers.
No, I actually have not seen it.
There
I've
is
heard
so
of it,
much
but I've
going
never
on
seen
in
it.
this movie. There's so much going on in this movie. You've got a Bigfoot movie, a rape revenge story, a biker story, and you throw them all in a blender and you get Dear God, no. It is just a movie that you can throw on anytime and just get so much pleasure out of it. At least I do. Maybe I'm a sick fuck for it, but man, it's amazing film.
I'm a Bigfoot. You know?
Really, really good gore. The bikers are awesome. They're really believable. Like I said, the gore is amazing. The special effects with the Bigfoot, a little cheesy, but still so much fun. Definitely a lot going on in this movie. Dear God, no.
Well, I'd imagine so.
Check it out.
So much shit, but man. All right, 2015, Cat Sick Blues.
Oh, great film.
This one is fun. It's such an original concept. Basically, a guy who's kind of obsessed by cats. And,
I would say-
And he wears a cat mask. He builds these like razor sharp claws, and he goes out, and he goes. It's such a weird movie. It really
That
is.
fucking mask he wears.
Yeah, it's so stupid because it's just those still eyes. But yeah, he basically. Well, it's when his cat dies, and he has this breakdown, and then he wants to kind of.
Isn't he
kill
after
through his
someone
cat.
who's a celebrity as a cat on
Yeah.
Facebook or something?
Yeah, there's a YouTuber, I guess you want to call it that. Who,
Yeah, her cat's like a celebrity.
And he ends up killing her cat.
That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And then they kind of get together, and then she ends up kind of scarring him. It kind of blows back on him more or less at the end. But Cat Sick Blues is a fun. It's gory but not. It's a lot of fun to watch though because it's so interesting. It's all over the place. It makes you really think that like, man, are there really people like this out there that like
Obsessed about
are
cats.
that obsessed
Hey,
about
I am.
cats? Yeah, well,
I
you
love
got-
my cat. Fuck you.
You're gonna make some claws and go and swat people in the street. Cat Sick Blues from 2015. It's a fun watch, and I like to watch this one over and over because it is something newer. This is the Wild Eye Raw and Extreme series.
Yeah. They put out some good
Again, some hit and miss. This is a good hit to watch.
stuff. Cat Sick Blues is a great. I think from 1990, I believe. I know it's in the 90s. Brain Scan with Frank Langella, Dracula fame, and also Edward Furlong on Terminator 2. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of Edward Furlong. But I think
Liar.
he actually,
You a liar.
I think he actually is really good in this film. Brain Scan, he plays that kid who's obsessed with video games. He just wants to find that next video game that's going to give him that rush.
Yep.
And boy, God, does he find it. And I also like the fact that he's like starting that in that horror club in high school. Kind of reminds me of me, even though I didn't do that, but I would have loved to have done that with like-minded people like myself that like horror films and like have formed this club. And then the teachers are all against it because it's like not PC.
Satanic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he eventually gives the teacher the game at the end of the movie, and then the guy visits him. The
Yep.
villain in this movie is great. I forget
Oh,
his name.
so good.
He's like total punk rock. Like
Yep.
if you could put this Night of the Demons and Brain Scan on, would make a great double feature because they're both kind of like punk rock horror films in
Yep.
my opinion. But Brain Scan is a great film. I just find myself drawn to it so many times.
And it's funny because you think about the time and they're trying to like this 3D technology. it's so much
The whole
different from what we
craze
have
about
now.
video games too. Like this,
Yeah.
this really touched on that, and
Yeah.
the virtual reality type
Right.
games where you can actually. This movie played it out perfectly because you can actually, if you have a tendency to want to kill somebody, this game fulfills it, and you can do it through the game. But kind of like Freddy is like, if it happens for real, it's real. Or it happens in a dream, it's real, but it's not a dream. I don't know if that made any fucking sense, but whatever.
Nope, we'll find out
Brain
in
Scan.
post production.
Love Brain Scan.
Alright, next one I got is The Willies from 1990.
Oh shit.
This is a fun movie. I know we talk a lot of these movies that they're a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
The Willies is a trilogy or an anthology we talked about. The one that Michael Ray Bauer is in, that we all know him from Salute Your Shorts back in the 90s and Nickelodeon he plays. And
Yeah.
he has a fly collection. He likes to make little models with dead flies. And eventually these flies come back because he puts them in this special soil he steals from this guy. Then there's the second one where there's a monster in the bathroom. And it comes out of the toilet and eats the teacher or principal, I don't remember which, but...
Nice.
and then there's the zombie one in the beginning. But this is like, it's a cool, fun little campfire story type idea, where some kids are just older brothers telling his younger brothers about these stories and makes them believe it. So The Willies, definitely 1990, it's a lot of fun. Kind of a kids, you're kind of like Monster Squad, like it's a kids movie.
Like PG-13, isn't it?
PG-13.
Yeah.
It's like Monster Squad, where it's a kids movie, but yet maybe like 13,
Some
14,
adult
15.
themes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
but definitely The Willies is a good one.
And definitely a good horror anthology as well.
Yes.
One of the more untalked about horror anthologies, along with like From a Whisper to a Scream, something like that. Now, this one actually kind of jumped up on my list. I forget what fucking year this is. I can't see. Oh, 2015. Almost Mercy.
Told you about that one.
Yes, School
That's
is
a good
actually the one who showed me this movie.
It's a great movie.
And I kind of dismissed it for a while, but then I got a copy of it, and I really watched it, and my God, does this movie have such replay value.
It's so good.
I love it. I absolutely love this movie. I love all the characters in this movie. Bill Moseley playing the pedophile priest that eventually gets his.
Yeah.
Kane Hodder playing the coach. And if we ever do meet Kane Hodder,
Tell them about that.
like I'm totally going to have him sign this, man. He's going to be like, don't you want a hatchet? You know? Almost Mercy, I'm probably the only one who's ever signed this for, but I love this movie so much.
It's a good movie.
It's definitely a statement about the society we're in, as far as the violence, especially school violence, stuff like that. Bullying is a huge fucking part of this movie. Horrible upbringing, abuse, mental and physical. You put it all together, you get the end product of somebody who's going to go on a mass rampage, hurt himself or others, and hopefully you want to find somebody that's going to steer him in the right direction. And I forget the woman's name in this, but she, Emily, she tries to, she's just like him, you know, she's obsessed with serial killers and mass killings and all this. And they really are a perfect pair. They're not a loving couple, but they're just, it's based on a relationship from childhood to adulthood. And I think it's a really great story. And of course, you bring the whole Mercy Brown thing in there, the whole vampire aspect. It's just a great film, and I find myself drawn to it a lot. And the massacre out at the trailer where when Kane goes out there, and then she gets pictures of all the victims, you know. Almost Mercy's a great movie. If you've never seen Almost Mercy, Descent Nowhere Hell highly recommends it. Check it out.
I did that years ago.
Yep.
Next one, Creepshow 2.
Ooh.
Creepshow 2 is... everybody talks about Creepshow 1. Creepshow 3 we can forget about. But Creepshow 2 is the one that really brings it, like... I love it. Yes, everybody remembers Creepshow 1 because of the crate and everything like that, like Tom Savini, you know, Stephen King, you know,
Ted
all that
Danzig.
cool stuff.
It's not Danzig.
But this one, to me, always was better, I think. You get the raft. The raft is so creepy because you just think about how many times you go with your friends and go to the lake and swim.
Yeah.
And it's got that Friday the 13th feel,
Uh-huh.
but it's like this mass that just creeps around the dock.
You can't forget. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first one, the ride, with the hitchhiker or whatever it is.
First one was Old Chief Woodenhead with Arthur Kennedy.
Yep.
Great film.
Oh, the statue Indian cigarette store or cigar store.
Old Chief Woodenhead.
And but yeah, I mean, this has got so many memorable titles. But yeah, that Thanks for the Ride lady, that hitchhiker, because he's like hanging. I remember he's hanging on the door.
Yeah.
He's getting dragged along, and thanks for the ride, lady. It's so terrifying. Like it really is, and it's so cool. But Creepshow 2 has got so much rewatchability.
It really is.
But I mean, even the first one does. Don't get me wrong. But the third one, forget it.
Almost made my list. Not the third one, the first one.
All right, guys.
But I love the second one.
We're gonna take a break here because, god damn it, we need one. We're gonna come back, continue. Cheers. Welcome back, boils and ghouls, to Descent into Horror Hell. To take a little bit of a break, we talked about the last 2 giveaways that we've had. We know it's been a while, but we have one more print that we're going to give away,
What you got?
along with a question. So when we ask the question, just go on our YouTube page, go on our Facebook, whatever, page, on the post, whatever we post the video. And the first person that comes up with it, we will send it to you. We'll get you all information. And we're also going to send, because I'm sure you're real fans if you're actually watching this far, this is the official script, the envelope that we did for this show.
Is that the one where the mailman...
This is the official mailman letter from this intro of this show.
Oh, that informed Mr. Sandier that...
Yeah, you guys can throw this in the garbage, it doesn't matter. We would have done it anyways.
Okay.
But this is from the show.
Let's really reach in there.
Yeah, I know.
We're really getting desperate there.
But here is the print
That's
that we are
fun.
going to be giving away.
We got that at Days of the
I
Dead.
won't say who it is.
No, we got that at Days of the Dead.
So as you saw the other one, the Halloween one and the Hellraiser one, which we both given away. So this is the one. The question is, what is the name of this protagonist from this 2012 film, Sinister? What is the name? Now we don't care, there's kind of a long version of it and a short, doesn't matter which. So if you guys want to get this print, hang it on your wall, if you're a fan of the film.
Christmas gift.
Like we said, just comment on the video, and the first person that gets it right, we will get in contact with you somehow, and we will get this sent out to you along with all the bullshit. Now clearly if you watch us, you'll love this, right? But there you go, that is the print. So,
Good luck.
yeah. What is the protagonist's name in this poster of the 2012 film Sinister?
Ethan Hawke film. Great film, by the way. Sister.
Kevin Bacon starring. Alright, so now we're going to get back into the movies. Skip
Right.
door, what do you got?
You gotta let the right one in. This is definitely a movie I can watch anytime. I love the movie. It's makes a staple about loneliness and being bullied, and I think it just knocks it out of the park. I think it's got a great story, really original story, and you really feel for the character. You know, he just wants a friend, and then the vampire just wants a friend as well, so they kind of both come together. And I just think it's a great story. The scene at the end in the pool is one of my favorites, where the bullies finally get theirs, you know? Just a great film, great shot. Amazing atmosphere with the snow. Just real sense of isolation. Great film. Let the right one
I have Don't Breathe from 2015.
in. That was a good one.
This one's really good based on the fact that, like, it's an intrusion story. Some teens that want to make some quick money off a blind veteran, but they come to find out that there's a little bit more they don't know, and it's definitely worth the watch. There's a Don't Breathe 2. I have not seen that yet,
I haven't seen the second one either.
but the first one for sure, first round knockout. Like, this is a good film, a lot of suspense, really cool stuff that goes on in this, and there's a real big twist at the end of this which you don't really expect, and it's kind of fucked up in a way.
And when you break into a house, make sure, even if it's a blind guy, he's not gonna fucking kill you.
Or inseminate you. So Don't Breathe, definitely.
I gotta see the sequel, man.
I want to see Don't Breathe too. I want to see what that's about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't breathe again.
Never breathe again.
And I can't see. Dream Home, great film, great Asian gore. Oh man,
Yes.
this movie is great. All she wanted was a seaside house. You know,
Yep.
basically what the story is. She wants this house. She's been dreaming about this house since she was a kid, and she finally has her opportunity to get it. But to get it, she has to go through a lot of people, kill a lot of people. This movie is gory as hell. This were the reasons I watched this movie. It's just for the gore. It's just gore galore. There's just shit flying everywhere in this movie. Very comedic at times.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you've seen Dream Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great watch. I love it.
My next one, 1960, Black Sunday, also known as The Mask of the Devil. Barbara Steele. This is a fun. I love this movie because it epitomizes the witchcraft era, which also it's like paranormal films. Like, I love certain ones when they deal with witchcraft. It's a ghost story mixed in with that kind of like gothic beauty that Mario Bava was known for, and it's one of Mario Bava's better films, I think, and it's very early on.
Never made a battle.
With the Mask of Satan. Like, it's so good. Like, I love this movie, and it's a lot of fun to
The
watch.
king of atmosphere, Mario Bava.
Absolutely.
One of Killjoy's favorite films as well. Rest in peace. Well, I have a movie that's gonna turn a lot.
We talked about this one once before.
Yeah.
I remember this.
No, I don't think I did.
Yes, you did. I remember you did once.
Anyway, it's Rampage. Ulai
Okay.
Bull. Now, Ulai Bull is not a name we're going to hear on the Sentinel or Hell because, quite frankly, he makes really shitty movies. Blood Rain, movies like that. House of the Dead, which I don't
It's
know.
good video game.
It's okay.
I know that.
Alone in the Dark, stuff like that. But he did make a movie called Stoic, which I liked. He did make Seed, which was a good slasher film. And he had the balls to make a movie called Rampage. Now let me just say this right now. This whole fucking series, you got Rampage, and you got Rampage Capital Punishment, the second one, and you got the last one for now, Rampage President Down. These movies took a lot of balls to make, especially with the crazy ass society we live in, where mass killings and mass shootings seem to be the new trend, you know, unfortunately. But I'm not gonna say there's a lot of redeeming qualities for this trilogy, but I enjoy them. I know a lot of people enjoy them. If you watch an extreme film or something like that, you kind of want to see something extreme, something you've never seen before. And the Rampage movies deliver. Are they right? Fuck no. Do I endorse them? Fuck no. Other than their cinematic contributions, the story. I mean, you kind of can't help but like the main character, and you're not supposed to. It's weird. Like, he's a mass killer. Like, he goes around killing these fucking innocent people to like get rid of overpopulation in the world, and just shoots them with like AR-15s and all these other school killing guns and shit. And it's like, it's really brutal to watch, especially now. This is like watching the 5 o'clock news, basically. But I will say they're very well done, and I know it's going to piss a lot of people off putting these movies on my list, because I know this director and his films are on a huge fucking debate on so many horror shows and stuff. But I guess if you get some kind of sick enjoyment out of the Rampage movies, more power to you. If you're not going to get it, you're not going to get it. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not saying go out and buy it. But if you want to watch something that you're probably never going to fucking see before, and you want to see something with a director with balls, that had the balls to do it, especially these crazy times we live in today in America, check out Rampage movies at your own fucking risk. And I will say the lead fucking actor, the only thing I know him from, Brendan Fletcher, I know him from Freddy vs. Jason. He played that kind of psychotic guy that was trying to get the Hypnocell with his friends to try to get Freddy. Remember that? Freddy vs. Jason. He's like the main guy in these movies. And you can't help it, but he's a great actor. He really is, like it or not. Whether you care for the subject matter of these movies or not, whether you agree with them or not, he's a great actor. And by the third movie, you feel like you kind of know him. And maybe that's wrong. But I'm just saying, the Rampage movies, watch at your own risk, but they're very entertaining in some sort of sick way, I guess. I'm sorry I had to say that, but there you go.
Well, on a lighter note,
Beat that ghoul.
Oh,
fuck!
I don't give a fuck. Do whatever the fuck you want. Shit, I'm just gonna tear the fucker down next spring and rebuild it.
I don't give a fuck, fucker.
Going from downbeat to upbeat, there you go.
Just tear the fucker down. I don't care. I'm just gonna tear the shit down.
I can rebuild it anyway.
Brutal Massacre.
Rest in peace.
God damn it.
Rest in peace, guy.
Such a fun ass movie. Ken
Ah.
Foree plays Roger, who is a light man, and eventually he quits, but then he gets killed.
No, Carl.
Carl.
Carl Perkins.
Carl. Carl.
Yep.
That's right.
Carl Perkins.
But this movie is a director who makes some. What is that? Sasquatch in the mall and.
I don't know. Oh, no, the Harry Penperdecki, or whatever his name is?
Penperdecki, yeah. He makes a bunch
The
of
fish
like,
that eats flesh and
some really bad
Sasquatch
like
of the
rip-offs.
mall. I'll
Like-
take the ring back and the finger too.
Just some really bad like parodies.
Are
of movies.
the cards in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sasquatch of the mall.
I just got that one.
And then you
Then
got.
there's a flesh.
I'll take the finger
Fish who
back,
ate
the
flesh.
ring too, and the fish who ate flesh. These
Yeah.
movies are fucking.
We'll throw them on the
amazing.
screen there, but yeah.
Yeah, these movies are.
This movie is like something me and Skidgore could watch.
And we have
every day.
religiously.
It's so good.
Right up there with like Hobo with a shotgun.
Yep.
Like, you can totally watch it any fucking time.
Rest in peace, Gunnar Hansen. Like
Yes.
plays the
I get a
homeowner.
firecracker.
Like, hey, on here. It's so good. Brutal Massacre, 2015. Check this. You gotta watch this.
Unbelievable.
It's so good.
I think Tote got a little bit to do with the effects in that film too.
Yep. So Day Effects did. Yeah.
I forget. I think 2002, whatever. I Saw the Devil. God,
That's a good one.
one of the amazing,
I like that
one of the most amazing Korean revenge movies you'll ever see. This guy fucked with the wrong guy. He killed his wife and his unborn child, and basically this guy just hunts him down, puts a chip, makes him eat a chip, so he can like fucking access anywhere he is, anywhere. So when he's about to commit a crime, just comes and beats the living shit out of him, and he gives him like fucking this money to get himself fixed up, just to fuck him up again. Like he's just fucking with him. Amazing film. I Saw the Devil, one of my absolute favorite movies. Pretty
That's a fun one.
pretty
That's a
long,
fun one.
but
It's a fun one.
it's a great movie. It goes by so fast.
I saw that one. That's
Yeah,
a
dude.
fun one.
Fucking amazing.
All right, 2015 Psycho Killer. Malcolm McDowell's in this one. Katie Daly.
Oh yeah, we watched that.
Interesting movie, as I've talked about this before on recent watches. Malcolm McDowell kind of plays this creepy, weird ass neighbor, but yeah.
Really nosy.
But Kate Daly and Ron Jeremy's in this one as well. I talked about that. But she kind of finds her being as kind of being an outcast, and she finds out that like her family heritage on her father's side is like a serial killer. She kind of inherits that in a way. She starts to find that through this film, and it really is well acted, well portrayed. And she kind of goes on this rampage and starts to like it. And she doesn't understand why she likes to kill. Well, you'll find out. But when she finds out the secret of it. Psycho Killer is kind of one of those hidden gems.
It was a fun one.
Nobody talks about.
Yeah,
So
Gould showed me that, man.
Such a good
I
movie.
liked it. I'm surprised I didn't pick that one up yet.
It's a fun movie.
Speaking of fun movie, we got Deathgasm. Now this is another popcorn movie we can throw on anytime.
Because of the music, in the bathroom, in the
yeah,
car, and shit.
Emperor, yeah.
Emperor, yeah.
Yeah, like, obviously me and Gould are fans of extreme metal and horror, obviously. So, Deathgasm is like peanut butter and jelly, man. It's fucking great.
Combines the two.
Death by dildo.
What's the? It's kind of like that meme. Like, a guy breaks into your house, a serial killer. Like the first thing to your left, you grab. What is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like that. Like you just reach up and there's a dildo on the knife,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
like
why
that.
not?
Like that's how you kill
You
someone.
shoot some anal beads at some demons.
So good.
Great demon movie, great zombie movie, just great metal. A good movie about trying to put a band together too, which
We've
obviously
tried.
we've failed many times before. True story there. But yeah, like a really fucking fun movie. I
It is
love
fun.
Deathgasm.
It's kind of love too. Like he finds.
It's kind of strange love
love
story as
story,
well. Yeah.
1988's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh,
This is always a fun one.
cotton candy.
Oh yeah, the cotton candy guns. Like I remember watching this on TV the first time, and yeah, when they all get out of the clown car and they go in the big top and they're kind of hiding, you just see
Yeah.
the clown walk down and he's shooting. You know, he hangs up the big cotton candy wedge. Just
Yeah.
like that was always something that I remember. And the tilt-a-whirl thing where it spins like way out of control.
Oh,
And just,
dude, totally.
it's such a fun movie.
And then when he knocks the biker's block off.
Boom!
I got a feeling you'll probably be seeing that kill a little later.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Yeah, those outside that bar fight. He's like, "Oh, what are you, some kind of clown?"
Yeah.
he just he's got the boom. Yeah, it's so good. So, Killer Clowns from Outer Space from
Shit's
'88.
awesome.
It's a classic.
That's definitely one you can watch anytime.
That's fun. I love that one.
I have one that probably maybe a lot of people don't know.
I don't even know that one.
No Man of God. Now, what this movie is, God! is a telling of the Ted Bundy story. Elijah Wood plays a detective trying to get inside Ted's mind. Now, this is shortly before Ted got executed in Florida. And he's trying to get his innermost secrets out of Ted before they fry him. He's trying to find out what makes him tick. And it's so done well. It's more of a psychological, it's just a true crime film, by the way. You know, it's a Ted Bundy movie. But it's one of the better ones. And this guy looks so much like fucking Ted Bundy, it's crazy. Luke Kirby, he plays Ted Bundy so great in this movie.
He does look like him.
And yeah, this movie is amazing. I absolutely, I found it on kind of a fluke. I was kind of looking up serial killer movies, and I happened upon this. And I believe Elijah Wood has his own movie studio that he makes movies from. I think he also did The Boy,
What's the remake
movie?
he did?
but
What's the remake he did?
of what?
Well, I don't know. He did a remake. Elijah Wood.
Oh, Maniac.
Yeah.
That was
he did
a yeah,
Maniac remake.
That was one of
That's
the
it.
best remakes ever.
That was a good.
That was a
remake.
great one.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood is a great fucking actor. He really is.
And I like the fact that he
everyone
got
knows
on
him for
Lord of the
Frodo,
Rings.
but really he's really good. He was good in The Faculty even. I mean, if you
Yep.
want to go back.
Yeah.
But my God, Man of God, check it out. It really is good. Like if you're a fan of true crime like I am, and you read true crime books, and you want to know more about the Ted Bundy story, which you already don't know, obviously based on a true story, No Man of God is a great true crime film.
Yeah, check it out.
Excellent acting, amazing. Not really gory. It's not about the gore. It's about the story. And you know what Ted fucking did?
Would you, Jesus H. Christ.
That almost came out.
Take a breath.
So all those burgers.
God damn.
I hurt myself. Check out No Man of God. Great movie.
Holy shit, man. 1972, Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
Oh no.
Now this, I'll tell you, I watched this movie a few times early, but I really got into this movie because of our band wrote a song, and it was based off of this movie.
Yep.
And I listened to that song so much, I started to watch this movie more because I used clips from it. I did the editing for the video, and it just, the more you watch it, the more it's so underrated as far as a zombie film, as far as kind of a hippie comedy type aspect.
There's a lot going on.
With Alan and stuff like that. But this is definitely one of those movies that now I could watch a lot because
This is so much fun.
it really is. It's got they're trying to be serious, It reminds me of going out into the cemetery, when I'm trying to talk to ghosts and shit. Like, it's the same idea.
And I get Orville and bring him back. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit, dude.
But Ben Clark, directed this one. It's always a lot of fun. I love it.
Black Christmas, Benjamin Clark.
Yeah.
They made some great movies like Death Dream, even A Christmas Story. I mean, like, you talk about a director who was amazing.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of a deranged.
That's an early one for him. So.
So another serial killer movie here. Dear Mr. Gacy.
Oh yeah.
William Forsythe knocks it out of the motherfucking park as Gacy in this movie. He had to gain a couple pounds. He had to get a couple Twinkies.
Just a
Because
few.
he's not a fat guy. He's a pretty good.
I have that up there.
Yeah, dude. Mr. Gacy.
Terrible.
Dear Mr. Gacy.
The
Is,
book is fucking.
I gotta read the
badass.
book.
The book is bad.
I gotta read. The book's good.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta read the book.
I read the book.
Because I know this is based on, it's based on a true story.
I read the book
This kid
before I
actually
saw
tried
that.
to get inside Gacy's fucking mind, and he did, shortly before he was executed. I gotta read that, dude.
Yeah, the book is
Because the
definitely
movie
where that came
is
from. man.
fucking amazing.
Yep.
And you want to talk about true crime, kind of like No Man of God. Like this is one of the best ones. I absolutely love this movie. I love the acting. William Forsythe just plays John so great. You're actually kind of creeped out, honestly, by his, because he looks like someone who would just get you in a corner and fuck you in the ass. Honestly, he's got that type of mentality. Like, he's a really creepy guy. And the thing about John Wayne Gacy was he would always proclaim his innocence, but then he would gloat about how many boys he killed. That's like, what? And then when you meet him, like, he would sign your pogo fucking paintings and shit, and he would just gloat. He would grab your testicles to, like, get you. So you're telling me you're telling me this guy wasn't a pedophile and a murderer? He was a victim? Give me a break. But Dear Mr. Gacy is great. It gets inside the head of a serial killer, and William Forsythe is amazing. And I forget the lead actor's name who played the other guy, but he was amazing as well. Dear Mr. Gacy, great true crime movie.
1931. Now for me, Dracula. Again, this is a movie that I could just put on,
Double doing.
and I love, Bela Lugosi. Obviously, my dog's named after him for that reason.
Yes.
But Dracula for me is like one of those movies. It's right out of the silent era, so it's like the first talkie of its time.
Literally.
And for me, it's just got that atmosphere. But there's enough going on where it keeps me interested. Like, there's a lot of silent films I can watch, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Like the Phantom Carriage and Nosferatu.
Yeah. But like Dracula, the original with Bela Lugosi, just for me, it's I could watch this movie over and over and over again. Never get sick of it.
Don't forget the armadillos. That movie made armadillos famous in armadillos.
Yeah, it's true.
Carried on to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
But I love, that's one of my favorites. Absolutely, I could watch that. We don't need any introduction for that
No.
and talk about it. So you know what it is.
Spanish version is
Yeah.
amazing as well.
And the lady Dracula from the original Spanish version just died like last year at 106 years old.
Lupita Tovar?
Yeah.
Wow.
106 years old.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, she just passed away.
Well, going from one of the first vampire movies to a pretty newer one called The Shed.
Never heard of that one at all.
Nah, dude, this one really climbed high on my list. It was a blind buy. I had no idea what the hell it was. It's RLJ, so
Yep.
usually they put out a good product, but I watched this. this movie is really, really fun to watch. It's about bullies that get theirs in the end.
You and bullies. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
No, I really wasn't even bullied in my life either, but I just love when bullies die. I think if you're a bully, you deserve to die. I
It's
really
like-
do.
it's like
I
there's-
think bullying kids and people in school and work and whatnot is like the most distasteful shit. Why the fuck do you have to do it? Why do you think you're better than somebody? Fuck you. You know?
Well, it's like the
We're
rape
all
re-
born the same. You know, fuck you.
It's
What,
like-
what
it's
makes
like-
you better than me?
It's the same thing about the rape revenge films. Like, you have to go
Yeah.
through that, but yet you love to see those people
Yeah.
get their own. You know?
Exactly, and I think that's what it is. I mean, and we live in a society now where bullying is fucking everywhere. It sucks. But yeah, sorry.
Anyways.
Getting away
Sorry.
back to The Shed. Yeah, man, it's a good movie about bullying, and the bullies getting theirs in the end. And the lead actor in this is really good too. He just has a total shit life. Like, the opening of the movie starts off as a dream where he has it all. He has his family, and they're about to sit around the kitchen and have breakfast together. And all of a sudden, he wakes up and realizes that both his parents are dead. His mom croaked of cancer, and his dad committed suicide. And he has nobody but his, I don't know if it's his uncle or what, but somebody takes him in. And he's a total abusive, alcoholic asshole, fucking hates him, doesn't believe in anything he does. All he has is his friend, who's also being bullied by these same assholes, jock fucking bastards. And finally, this is the part that makes no sense whatsoever. In this shed, in the back of his grandfather's house, or whoever's house this is, there is a vampire that is inside this shed. So basically, he thinks of, well, his friend thinks of like, well, to get rid of these people, all I gotta do is throw them in the shed. Problem solved.
Why not?
And it just goes from there, and I'm not gonna give away the ending, but there's a lot more going on than this. But it's a really fun film. I love it, The Shed.
Alright, guys, we're going to finish this up. We'll come back. We'll kill something. Cheers.
Hey, Charlie. Are you all right? Charlie, are you all right? What's the matter? Charlie, let go! Oh, God! Charlie!
Welcome back, Boils and Ghouls. Let's finish this up. Our countdown of films that we could watch brain dead.
Home stretch. Let's do this.
1989, Pet Sematary.
Oh God.
Stephen King adaptation. This movie is like, for me, it's like, it's a childhood memory. It's something I remember getting at the library. I thought it was the greatest thing. Miko Hughes plays Gage. We got to meet Miko Hughes back
a
at
dick.
Winnebago.
But he was so young. How the hell do you expect?
He doesn't remember much of this
Yeah.
movie, unfortunately. But this movie, Fred Gwynn, rest in peace,
Absolutely.
plays Judd Crandon.
Something like
Judd.
that. I just know him as Judd.
Very quotable movie. This is why I love watching this movie. Pet Sematary, 1989. Creepy ass movie. Zelda will
Oh.
never ever live down the creepiest
Yeah.
goddamn character ever.
Yeah. Zelda definitely put color to both her shoulders.
That and Pascal. He's
Pascal.
another one.
I like the atmosphere with the Pet Cemetery itself. Like when he's
It's a cool
climbing,
story.
when he's climbing the mountain.
Yep.
That's,
You hear all like the voices in the background, like
Yeah.
the spirits that are still there.
yeah.
It really is.
But then when you see how high he climbs to get to the Pet Cemetery, that's just.
Yeah.
And me, I'm afraid of heights, so that just got me.
Yeah, it really is a well-made movie. Yeah, Stephen King loved this one. Even listen to it on like the audiobook or read the book. It's creepy as
Oh, yeah.
well.
Definitely a great film. Yeah, Battle Royale from 2000. Kids killing kids. Yeah.
Classic. Great game.
This is one of the most brutal movies I've ever seen. So much replay value, especially the scene on the lighthouse where just all hell breaks loose. They're trying to get through it. They're trying to all trust each other, but how can you trust your friends when they all got like M16s and grenades and just you name it. Like, just the whole atmosphere with the island too. Like, it's all secluded and there's no. Well, of course, the Battle Royale act. If you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it was an act that was set up by parents, you know, to get control of society of their kids. You know, their kids are all, you know, bad kids. I don't know if they deserve this treatment, but that's a little extreme. You know, some kids these days, I think, should go through this, honestly. Like, treating them up a little bit, but yeah, Battle Royale, man, is a great movie. I love watching this one. Brutal shit.
It's a good one.
I can't believe I got this at Walmart. It's great.
Halloween 3, 1982. This is a fun movie. Of course, Tom Atkins in this one. Now, this is obviously the one that kind of, I would say, gets a lot of love, gets a lot of hate. Because Michael Myers never makes an appearance, it has really nothing to do with the franchise itself.
Yeah.
It's really just this factory that creates these masks that are basically mind control. But, you know, it's still a part of the franchise. And Halloween 3, for me, I just love it. That Silver Shamrock song.
Oh, it's,
Happy Halloween.
yeah, it gets in your head.
It's a great movie, either way. I mean, even if it wasn't named Halloween 3, it's still a fun movie to watch. It's very iconic with the
so
masks.
many great quotes.
Oh, absolutely.
Hold it, it's getting late, and I could use a drink. I think they still close will hold up another one day.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies that like is still iconic, even though people bitch about it. It's still iconic, and I love watching. This is something I could just really sit back and watch because I don't really need to understand the series itself because, well, the series is kind of fucked up to begin with because you go from 1 to 2, and then 2 doesn't actually exist, and you go, yeah, it's all over the place. But, Halloween 3, 1982. If you guys don't know.
One thing I'll say about that movie too, I mean, originally Deborah Hill and John Carpenter wanted to carry on the Halloween saga, but without Michael Myers, and they just wanted to create like different ideas, kind of like Friday the 13th, the series. Like they just kind of wanted to do their own thing with it, you know, like different, go from movies to movie, but you know, not involve a central character, just like different ideas. And definitely that movie was definitely inspired by like Invasion of Body Snatchers, stuff like that.
But I think it was so early in the series that that's what makes it so fucky. And then you had like Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like all these franchises were still kicking with that main character. So I think it was good on their part because the
And of course, people wanted Michael Myers back, so Mustafa Akkad brought you know, Michael Myers back for part 4, and so on. But yeah, Halloween 3. I have from 2000 American Psycho. Now you want to talk quotable movie? Oh man, probably Christian Bale's greatest performance. I don't think he's ever equaled this. I liked him in another movie called The Machinist. He was a good in that one too. But American Psycho is where it's at. William Dafoe is great as that detective trying to get to the matter of what's happening. And really, what is happening, honestly? You know, that's the question. Is it all in his mind, or is this really happening? You know, is he really killing these girls, or is it really just all in his mind? And I think that's a good part about it. Based on a really controversial book, American Psycho. Yeah, I don't think they could find anyone better to play that role of Patrick Bateman than Christian Bale, and it definitely shows. The Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis in the news. Put it back on the map.
Yep, and also the. There's so many. There's a lot of good music in this movie. It's a total soundtrack to the 80s.
The soundtrack is the 80s, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a good movie all around. It's a good serial killer. It's kind of like the Hannibal Lecter, but not.
It's definitely one of those movies where you can just throw on and just enjoy it for what it is.
Oh yeah, because you look.
Avoid the sequel.
Yeah. You look forward to the scenes, especially if you've seen this before. You look forward to the puts on the raincoat and the guy's just hanging out. He's just giving this whole speech and getting ready to
square.
And he's literally just getting ready to murder this guy. It's so good.
Yep.
20. What is this? 2012? No, 2013.
Oh wow.
Lords of Salem.
Shit. Yeah.
This is a movie I love, and I know a lot of people give it flack. Everybody gives Rob Zombie shit because for anything he puts out,
Fuck you.
it's not up to their standards. Now, we always talked about 31 kind of being is lesser effort. But this one I like because it takes the witch trials to a Rob Zombie level, and it's so entertaining because with the record, and you see Ken Foree, you know, and Sherry Moon like working at the radio station, and it's kind of this mysterious of like what this comes from.
They get good chemistry.
Yeah, this has great characterization. Karen Black's in this. Yeah, Karen Black.
No, Karen Black's not.
Dee Wallace. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know.
But I love the ending, the climax of that film where all the witches come together and there's this big montage of satanic black metal.
I was gonna say black metal.
It's just
we were watching it in the theater, like we were just like,
yeah, we saw it.
what the fuck?
But we loved it. Like you're sitting there with a smile on your face because
Oh,
you
yeah.
the zombie's ass. You
Of
know?
course,
She's
well,
laying
of course,
in bed, yeah.
of course, that's important.
But this movie it gets a lot of shit, but I love this movie. This is something I can watch, especially out that scene with the priest that got no faces when she's sitting outside and she's having an hallucination.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a jump scare, and it's something that's like, it's cool, but this movie gets so much flack, but fuck you.
I think it's great.
love
I
that
think it's
movie.
Rob's attempt to make a movie kind of like on their likes of like, you know, Kubrick. You know, he's exploring his directorial, his director horizons. Like I've heard him say in interviews that, you know, Dario Argento's Suspiria and Stanley Kubrick's The Shining were big influences on Lords of Salem, and rightfully so, man. I think he did a great film.
It's a well done adapted film, I think, as far as the witch trials go.
You know, Ghoul, it's funny. 2 back-to-back Rob Zombies. Look at that. We are fans.
Yeah, that's classic
We
too.
got the Devil's Rejects.
Love that one.
Man, this I'd watch this movie right now, man. I love this movie so much.
That's good.
So much replay value. I don't even know what to say. Like, there's Rob Zombie has a way of making even Ulai Ball of the Rampage movies to a lesser extent, I guess, because he's less known. But those two directors have a way of making the villains the stars, and you actually feel some kind of empathy towards them.
And
when you're watching it.
yeah, they're more.
And is that wrong that you're cheering on these serial killers? You know? Yeah, it's just like I said about Rampage. It's like, am I wrong to like be cheering this guy on when he's killing innocent people? I don't know, maybe.
No, I mean, it's just when you got characters like Captain Spaulding and
Memorable characters.
you know, Otis. I mean, you got characters that in House of a Thousand Corpses were memorable, and you liked them for what they were. Like,
I love that film as well.
And then they carry on to this, like that afterlife.
This is Rob Zombie's equivalent to a western.
But what's really cool, this movie, like Skidmore was saying, I just want to make a quick point here. Like when they, you know, when Sid and Bill, when they get caught, and he's got them tied to the chair and he's torturing them.
Yeah.
Like
Really
it's got that.
foresight.
Yeah, it's got that vigilante type thing, but you almost kind of like all of a sudden you're happy that they're getting tortured because of all the bullshit they put people through.
Right.
But then Tiny comes by and saves the day. You know, it's just.
And then when they're pulling the nails, like,
yeah, it's such
Fuck.
it's such a mind fuck that when you watch it, you're like, you don't really know who to root for. You're like, God damn it, like.
And I've
you want
talked
the
to
good guys to win, but
I've talked to horror fans already that don't like Rob Zombie, but they will always pretty much say that his shining moment is The Devil's Rejects. I highly agree.
Yeah.
I love Lords of Salem as well.
But I feel like you've got to watch A House of a Thousand Corpses to understand the characters in this movie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you just started watching that, you would think like, okay, where does this start from?
But it's kind of like day and night, because like House of a Thousand Corpses was done more like a what they say is more like an MTV music video.
But they were in control the whole time. If you think about the movie, this one they
in the ending of Corpses makes no sense whatsoever with Dr. Satan.
No.
But then when this one hits, and then they do like the whole like kind of like a raid on Spawn Ranch from like Helter Skelter on the Firefly family.
Yep.
That's what it totally. Even Steve Rollsback himself, Manson was in this movie.
Yeah.
You could totally see where Rob Zombie's like influences lie in his films.
For sure.
Excellent. Go what you got.
1972. Let's Scare Jessica to Death.
Oh fuck!
I love this movie.
Me too.
This movie is creepy as hell,
Yes.
and it's got such a cold, vivid, like atmospheric way of portraying a ghost story, but actually having a character of Jessica
Slash vampirism.
slash vampirism. Like, yeah, it definitely goes in all different realms. For something in 1972, to get this level of scary stuff, like, this is like I was talking to The Uninvited, was that same idea. This kind of takes it to a whole different level of just scary.
Images just stick in your head.
Oh my god, when she's walking out of the lake and just
Ah.
like that just real simple dead look. It always reminded me if you listen to Mayhem and you know Dead. Look at the corpse paint now and everybody does everything all dolled up and weird and shit. Dead did corpse paint, just dark circles and just made him look dead.
She looked like Emily. He looked like Emily.
This is what it was. Like, she just had that real simple, nothing over the top,
Yeah.
no, flesh falling off. Like, she was just a beautiful dead girl.
Just looked
And
like
that's
a
what made
corpse.
this so creepy. So, Let's Scare Jessica to Death. God damn. That is a fun movie to
That
watch.
and Carnival of Souls.
Yep,
Definitely.
those two movies for
Those-
sure. Just fun to watch over and over and over again.
Oh boy. I don't give a fuck, fucker.
There it is.
Here we go again.
Yeah, we knew it.
Yeah.
We knew
What
it.
is this, our first one?
Second we had, wow, we'll
What's
have
the
to.
other one?
We'll have to.
Well, yeah. Obviously, yes. But this is, oh man.
It's so much fun.
It's Brutal Massacre. Fuck you. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
I don't give a fuck, fucker.
I don't give a fuck, fucker.
Another 2015, I have a lot, or 2016. I have a lot of these in the 20s. Another one, RLJ, The Mind's Eye.
Oh, that's some of the same dude that did Almost Human.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This movie is so trippy. If you ever watch Almost Human, that very vivid lighting.
Awesome movie.
And it makes these movies and the effects. There's no computers. This is all practical effects. This one is cool because it reminds me of the movie Scanners,
Yep.
where that mind control and a guy who gets obsessed with taking these very gifted individuals and basically extracting, I don't remember what the hell, but they extract something from their spine or like nervous, like the base of their skull or whatever it is, the base of their brain. There's something that they can control, like things that happen, like Scanners. And he basically injects them with this stuff on a daily regimen to become like ultimate like controller of minds. And there's a guy who I always call Daniel Radcliffe because he actually really looks like him.
I do remember that guy.
But yeah, they basically kind of combat this guy and they have to fight him, and it becomes just so ridiculously like
It's like
over the top, like brain control and mind control. It's so cool.
If you're a fan of Scanners, you'll eat that.
Oh man, Mind's Eye. It got talked about when it first came out, but ever since then,
Yeah.
nobody said shit about it. But this is a movie that
Even
is
Almost
so much
Human.
fun to watch. Yeah.
And we are still here. Like, there was
Yeah.
a big buzz about those movies, and all of a sudden you just didn't hear about
Nobody talks about them anymore. Those are movies I think are classics. That's something you can put on and enjoy it.
And all
get
three
a
of those
kick out
movies were by the same director. I
Yep.
forget his name, but yeah, man, he's awesome.
I get such a kick out of those movies for sure. So Mind's Eye is one that I personally like more, but
Yeah, that's a hard one, man. I guess I'd have to say Almost Human. I just love it.
it is a good one.
Yeah,
You have the VHS, I remember.
yes. Inside. Oh man,
That's
one of the
brutal one.
definitely French Fab Four horror for sure, along with Martyrs, High Tension. What's the other one? Fuck.
French films.
Yeah, there's another one. Forget what the hell it's called. I have it, but whatever. Yeah, Inside. It's just an absolutely amazing film. Kind of creepy too. A little bit of home invasion going on as well. So there's quite a bit going on in this movie. But if you've seen it, you know obviously it's about this pregnant woman who's got a lot of stuff going on in her life and a lot of trauma. And basically, she caused trauma to a certain woman, played by the great Beatrice. I forget her last name. I'm sorry.
Beatrice.
Yeah.
That's all you get to know.
She's a great actress, great protagonist, and comes after her with a pair of scissors, and you'll never look at a pair of scissors the same way again after you watch this movie.
It's pretty brutal.
This is, yeah, dude, you know this movie.
Yeah.
This, I've showed you this a couple times. This movie is just,
That staircase scene. My God.
yeah, it's just
so bad.
It's just so over the top, and yeah. I mean, if you're a gore hound, you're gonna eat this up. But also, if you're a fan of more psychological horror too, where you have to use your mind, there's that too. And then there's the whole. There's also the movie The Strangers, where there's a scene where, you know, Liv Tyler is in the kitchen, and all of a sudden you see the silhouette of the killer behind her. There's sort of a scene like that in Inside too, and it's just creepy. Like the way it's shot, and the way you see the killer just come out of nowhere. You don't realize that she's right behind her, basically. You know,
Right.
it's just. But the gore. If you're a gore hound, you know Inside. Excellent. One of the best French horror films, along with like I said, Martyrs, High Tension. I forget the other one. Definitely like In My Skin, stuff like that. Amazing film. Inside. Ghoul S1.
Nope, I got two.
Oh yeah, two more. Okay.
1992, Dead Alive.
What? No pudding?
I'm surprised you left this off, because God.
I knew you were
damn,
gonna have it. That's why I
This
left
one,
it off.
this one is quotable.
Yes.
It's gory. It's a lot of fun. I mean,
Your
this is,
mother ate my dog.
I kick ass for the Lord. Like, there's so much stuff about this movie. And
The farting intestines.
if this were a top 5, like, this would be it, because
That's why I left it out, because I knew you were gonna have it. So I was like, I'll
Dead Alive is just so much rewatchability. It hurts. It's so much damn
I'm the
fun
New
to
Zealand
watch.
official, and this monkey is going to Newtown.
Now you know. Dead Alive, 1992. Also known as Brain Dead, if you don't know. Peter Jackson also did Bad Taste, Meet the Feebles, stuff like that, like
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Like, yeah,
I'm
that's it.
sorry, I had to.
But
Yeah.
this
is back in
film-
his horror
Yeah,
roots.
this film.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about it other than it's one of those you can just put on and enjoy.
Nobody will ever love you like your mother. Still my favorite quote that no one ever says, Lionel! There's a beetle.
There's a beetle. All right, last one for each of us.
Last one for
Let's do
me,
it.
drum roll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
we knew this was coming.
Yep.
I just love.
I'll
If you've ever watched Descent into Hell before, you know my
You know.
my aberration. I don't know if I said that right.
Admiration.
Yeah, whatever.
That'd be right.
For this film, found
It is a good movie. I get
one
that.
of one of my favorite modern horror films ever. I've said it before, but I love the chemistry between the two brothers. One good, one bad. I love the whole bullying aspect that Marty gets, and he has
What
to.
about the bullying thing?
and he has to fucking eventually rise up to do something about it. And he's got to make a decision whether to be like what Steve said in the movie. You want to be the kid that gets picked on, or you want to be the kid that no one fucks with or whatever. And
Yep.
yeah, Marty makes his decision. I love the whole VHS going to the video store. Obviously he gets Headless. That's where Headless came from. And then they're watching it, and his fucking punk ass motherfucking friend, who's supposed to be his best friend in the world,
Yeah.
fucking gives him shit. You know, tells him he's a pussy and all this shit. And he doesn't want to be his friend anymore because it gives him a bad name, all that bullshit. I fucking love this movie. I love everything about this movie. I love Found. I absolutely love fucking Found. I will always defend this fucking film.
Yeah.
Scott Schrimmer, you're a fucking genius. I hope you make more movies like this because a great character study,
very well
amazing fucking gore, amazing story, a movie where you actually care for the characters that are involved, and the ending. Oh my god,
That's
the ending
fucked
just
up.
comes out
That's
of
fucked
nowhere.
up.
Like you
Yeah.
expect probably this is not going to end very well, but the way it does, even you're like, those are his parents, dude.
Yeah. You didn't expect that. Yeah.
Will I ever be found? Excellent.
That's great.
Cool. Last
And the
one.
last one, well, we don't have to talk much about this pieces. I told you.
Bastard!
I told you there was two. It's my all-time
This
favorite.
is yours. Go for it. I didn't even say
It's
much
my,
about it.
well, you already brought it up. It's my all-time favorite horror film. It's just, it sticks with me. It's one of my favorite slashers. It's very underground. It's very, a lot of people don't talk about it, but the people that do know it,
You have the original one sheet somewhere around here?
It's in there. But yes, Pieces. Again, this is not like we did a countdown. We just showed films in no particular order.
So how many do we have? We had Pieces and
25.
and
Oh.
Brutal Massacre.
Yep.
So we only had
Yeah,
two.
only 2.
Okay, I was gonna put Dead Alive on mine. I also was gonna put like Night of the Demons. There's so many movies that I could have put on here,
So Pieces.
but Pieces
yeah.
definitely.
So we'll wrap this up here. I mean, you know, we had done. We thought about what to come back and say. Okay, what are films that like we just can put on mind-numbingly and just watch them and enjoy them and have fun, not have to think about it, not have to follow a plot. We already know what that is. That's what we did, and
And we'd love to hear your 25 selections as well. Put a comment below.
anything you want to talk about, man. Like, let's hear about it, because I'm sure, I know there's plenty of them that obviously we don't hit. We could be here all night talking about.
Oh
this.
god, it could easily have been like
Street
a top 50.
trash.
Street trash
Christ,
was almost
everything.
made the list. Almost made the list.
You
Over
know-
the Shotgun almost made my list as well.
You know, there's just so many of them. But with that being said, we thank you guys for joining Descend to Horror Hell on episode 46. We're gonna go with that.
Hey, we're glad to be back from the grave, man, because it's pretty fucking lonely.
It's nice out here. You got air conditioning.
Yeah, man. Like, good to be back. Hope to be back on a regular schedule from now on. So, hope you guys watch it, share it, check us out, man. Appreciate the support.
Well, you know what?
But on that note, what you got?
Let's go back into the tomb. Welcome back to. Tell them.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Descent into horror. Keep it real, motherfuckers.